What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Stellar Trader. I fiddled around with it for about 45 minutes after I got into the playtest this morning, and honestly, I think there's more than meets the eye here. This is one of those games that doesn't exactly jump out at you when you look at the Steam page, but as I started to play with it and fiddle with it and sort of explore the systems that exist inside of here, this is actually a fairly in-depth, like, space merchant RPG with combat. It's got all kinds of like mini games and side systems. I thought that was pretty interesting, so I figured I'd just turn on a recording here and play the game for about 30 minutes, maybe do some impressions of it and put it on your radar, because you know me, I like anything that has to do with space and spaceships and being able to fly around inside of a sandbox, so that's what it's gonna be. Today we're gonna take a look at it, we're gonna play the game, figure out if it's right for you or right for me or not. If after watching this you wanted to check the game out for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description where you can join the playtest. It let me in instantly. I don't know how long that playtest is going to be running for though, but hopefully for a little while. That way they can gather up enough players to actually get some feedback on the title. From there you can also find a bunch of other links to Nerd Castle stuff down below that you're more than welcome to give the old saucy click to, but let's go ahead and start a new game. All the world's a stage and everyone is performing for their own gain. The trade fair. Alright, so the first thing we've got to dive through is going to be our character creation. I'm going to go ahead and just like name myself real fast because that's the simplest part of this experience. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to customize my character, and then we'll come back and we'll do all of our stat allocations and talk about all the stuff that you can do over here. Alright, I think that's about as good as it's going to go for my customization for right now. You got to have the tech vest, man. We're in space. We got a little tech vest action going on. We got like some joggers and some sneakers, dude. If I'm trying to make big profits, I'm trying to do it inside of comfort. From there, we've got to decide on our affiliations. That's going to determine our overall tax rate. It's also going to give us perks or like policies that prefer us inside their territory. I don't really know where to go with that, and so I'm just going to go with whoever has like a tax rate that seems okay to me. It looks like all agricultural products purchased at the Phoenix Commodity Exchange are always at the minimum price point. Okay, so we're going to be like a little bit of like a space wheat trader. From there, we get to pick our nickname. Our nickname's going to determine all of our perks and like the bonus stats that we get at the beginning of the game. So if we can be like Eagle Vision over here, it means that we're a nihilist. It means our deep space anxiety, unfortunately, has a lower cap. I'll kind of explain what that means once we actually get inside of the game, but what's rad about this is that we start out with a ridiculous amount of perception, which is going to be one of those things we need during certain events and tests and things of that nature. You've got a grid of stats down here in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Don't panic, all of these attributes. You get to increase them whenever you level up via just space travel and becoming more experienced as a spacer. And so I'm not going to run through all of these, but I do think it's a really, really good idea for us to start putting points in here. I would like some points in mechanics. That way I can manufacture like my own ship parts. Intelligence is going to determine how fast we level up, so I'll take that up to 8. Accounting, we're probably going to want to put some points in there because we just get like a flat price reduction on everything through putting our points in accounting right there. Just allows us to get better deals while we're moving around. My guy has weirdly rosy palms, bro. What have you been getting up to inside the isopod of the ship? I thought it smelled kind of funny in there, bro. I got my eye on you, but not after you go in there. Either way, we're going to be watching your rec time very, very carefully from now on. Hey, you guys are the SDC, right? Yeah, we're the recruitment office for space development committees. This is Johnny Liu, the deputy director. Hey, Johnny. Good day. We got your application about 300 star hours ago. After checking everything out, we're glad to inform you that you qualify for the Planetary Development Initiative. Thanks, I'll go all out. We've brought you a small cargo ship. After you sign for it, you'll need to finish up the paperwork at the service center on Model Station. The staff there, they're going to walk you through all the details. Okay, so we've got our Oriental Cargo 1. I appreciate it. No problem. We rely on your support as well. Thank you for your effort in pushing the frontiers of humanity. Your ship is outside and already linked to your biometric ID, so good luck out there. Ready to launch. Let's take it on over to our ship. So here we are inside of our little space freighter. I went ahead and omitted, like, there's a bunch of, like, control tutorials that they give you right before this. Not too many. It takes, like, 40 seconds to get through. The game actually functions more or less by marking points in space and then just flying there. For right now, we've got to go finalize our paperwork at Model Station, which is about 9 astrological units away. And so we'll go ahead and mark that, and then we're going to launch real fast, and off, and away we go. We're going to enter the slip lane, and this game actually has like considerable travel distances, so it's going to take us a little while to get there.
ETA, 17.7 star hours. Enjoy your trip.
And looky there, we've entered the space lane without problems. All right, so now that we're in the slip lane, it's actually given us access to our full-size HUD. There's all kinds of information here that's going to be useful to you. You are not limited to always flying around in space. You can actually stop the ship, and there's a whole bunch of actions you can take that allow you to, like, repair the ship. It allows you to cool down the engine, because as we're warping, we've got to keep an eye on our engine temperature, because if we jump too far, our engine will overheat and kick us out of the warp. And so we will be taking frequent breaks inside of this game just to do little Simsy life sim stuff. Most of them that I've seen so far come with a mini game that you have to play in order to like get any amount of success or actual relief from that mini game, and honestly that's a detail that I've really liked so far. We've arrived at Model Station. We need to go to the service center and finalize our paperwork. From there, it's going to give us a whole bunch of our starting missions just so that we have something to work on as the basic trader that we are. But let's go to the service center and knock that on out very quickly. Hi, I'm here for my PDI paperwork. All right, just double check your bio info here. Take a look. There's mini games for everything in this title, including getting your retinas scanned while you're validating your identity for like the rest of the galaxy and all the governmental institutions. Identity confirmed. Done. So you might already know a bit about this, but rules say we have to give you a quick rundown before you sign anything. Okay. So the planetary development, well, this is going to be pretty self-explanatory. We get a bunch of money because we're part of a government program that assigns planets to traders to terramorph them and turn them into places that are livable so that they can expand the economy of the galaxy. So they're giving us a bunch of free stuff to start out with, including our very own planet. Oh, yeah, dude. Let's spin the planetary lottery real fast to see what planets we get. Draw. Let's go. So we have a gas planet, we have a stormy planet, and it looks like we have an ice giant. I'm going to draw again. Those planets suck. I want a good planet. Hey, we got an Earth-like planet on 2 different areas. Okay, so we have an ocean planet over here. It has no atmosphere or water, though, which is kind of a bummer. But this guy up here looks very, very promising. So we have an Earth-like rocky planet that's been gifted to us by the government. It is now our responsibility. I'm going to take that one right there. Yep, that's mine. I want my planet. Okay, and so now, as a long-term goal, we've been given a mission to actually go to our planet and begin the refinement process, building productions and factories and everything else over there. We're not going to be able to do that for a little while because we have to have a spaceship that's capable of interstellar travel, and I'm almost positive that the junk box that we live inside of is not going to be able to accomplish that, but we do have some other tasks over here. So the government has tipped us off to the fact that there's an energy plant here in this system where we can go in order to get our subsidized 300 units of fuel, which is going to be very useful because we only have 164 units of fuel right now, so being able to get more is going to be important. I don't think I have to express this, but running out of fuel in the middle of a hostile and undefended galaxy, probably a really bad plan if you've got a cargo hold full of goodies, and so that's more than likely what I'm going to do first. That will also give us some XP to start out with. At any time, you can click on your character portrait down here. We have 2 level ups available as of right now, but also pay careful notice. In the bottom left-hand corner, you've got a bunch of statuses. You've got jump stress, so every time you jump into the slip lane, it's going to increase this stress level. If it maxes out, you can't really do a whole lot. We've also got deep space anxiety. While traveling through space, your character becomes more lonesome and anxious, so we need to take care of that as well. And then we also have bio dysfunction, which is basically food and hunger. This game actually has kind of like a considerable survival component to it, like from what I've seen so far, but let's handle our level ups very rapidly. That way we don't have points sitting around not doing anything for us. For now, I'll probably dump most of my points into accounting. That way I'm getting lots and lots of purchases and modifications and everything else to the prices that we're going to be paying when it comes to ship parts. So that'll be good. I'll probably boost up intelligence too so that we level up a little bit faster later on down the line. But let's head on over to that space station and go grab our goodies. So we need to go to Solar Plant 3. And it's over here. Unfortunately, that's inside of like a radiation zone, so that's gonna be a little bit of a mess. I will chart our course, and it looks like, what's that jump going to be right there? Reset that so that I know what I'm doing. It looks like it's about 3 AU, so it's not like a crazy long jump. The other thing we may want to do while we're inside the station here is that we have another mission to pick up, I think, lubricating oil. So we can actually purchase lubricating oil here, and then we can take it over to the energy plant with us in order to earn some extra money and also complete a quest and get more XP. So let's go to the commodities exchange, and we'll track down this oil. And we'll see, there it is right there, the lubricating oil. It only wanted me to grab like 10. We only have 3,000 credits right now, but I'm going to go rogue here and pick up 15 of it. That way we earn better profits when we get there. You can see it was added to the cargo hold on that side. I don't know what the limits are to our cargo storage. That's one of those systems that I haven't completely and totally dove into yet. It looks like we can hold quite a bit, actually. We've got lots and lots of cubic meters that we can have inside of there. And it looks like we're only partially filled up right now, so they didn't give us a very crappy freighter, actually. It looks like we can carry some decent stuff, as long as it's like smaller objects. Let's go ahead and depart, and off and away we go. I actually kind of like the ship design, too. It's got like a chunky industrial thing going on that works for me. Now, we're no longer inside the tutorial. We're actually going to have to deal with all these other problems. Keep an eye on the 3 meters that are down here on our character. You will see that they start to fill up. I don't think we're going to have to worry about heat or anything on such a small jump, but you can see right there, the meters are definitely increasing, and so we're going to have to blow off steam at some point. Inside the high temperature radiation zone, unfortunately, we're going to be taking quite a bit of extra heat while we're out here. We can stop to make like heat dissipation should we require it, but I think this is short enough of a jump, just being a couple of AU, that we should be all right. But we're like right up next to the sun right now, dude. It's toasty over here. I don't know if you've ever had a problem with strange skin growths or maybe new moles, but you do now. This is your first time here. It is indeed my first time here inside this very, very bright and glowing space station that is blinding. Let's like rotate the camera. There we go. Welcome to Stellar Energy Plant number 3, your trusted source for energy products. The antimatter fuel provides unmatched power for your ship, and it's perfect for interstellar travel. Our zero pollution hydrogen batteries are also highly sought after in agricultural regions and come with generous sales incentives. Supplies are first come, first serve. Order now. Okay, so we need to go to the service center, and that's going to give us our 300 free fuel, which should keep us flying for a little while. Hopefully for, like, the remainder of the entire video is my hope. Hey, I'm here to pick up my supplies. Hang on, let me check. All right, scan my retina one more time. My eyeball's doing a lot of heavy lifting right now. Weirdly enough, not something that eyeballs are typically known for, but hey. 300 units of antimatter fuel loaded onto your ship. We've been running low on superconducting minerals lately. They're key to making antimatter containers. Oriental Mining Group is pulling them from an asteroid belt. If you can deliver 100 units of superconducting minerals within 80 star hours, I'll give you an extra 3,000 credits. I don't have the money right now. Maybe I'll take that job a little bit later, but for now, we want to go to the commodity exchange, and we are going to drop off this oil on this side. It looks like we're getting paid 400 per unit, and our benchmark price, I think we bought it like 150 or something like that. Yeah, pretty tidy profit right there. So we'll go ahead and sell that off. We're sitting on 7,000 credits now. We got 416 antimatter fuel. I think I'll probably purchase a little bit more. Let's just buy 100 for the moment. There we go. Now that I've got 100 fuel, I feel a little bit safer about everything else that we're doing right now. And I think the next thing, they're abundant in a number of things like hydrogen batteries and whatnot. We should probably investigate the rest of the galaxy and figure out where we can make this money off of, because there are services around here. So there's like a space station there's a space modification terminal that allows us to fiddle with our ship. You can see over here we can buy new engines and whatnot. There's not like a ton of stuff available inside the playtest for right now, but I am excited about seeing the way that this fleshes out. And if we have the proper amount of mechanics too, we can actually build components if we can find things throughout the galaxy and then add them onto our ship so that our stress levels go up slower, so that we actually get bonuses that make us a little bit more successful in space. For now, though, Solar Energy Plant has specialties in antimatter fuel, helium-3 arc reactors, and hydrogen batteries. These guys over here, they want hydrogen batteries, so we can actually make some money going over to Star Agrico. I think that's a good idea. So let me investigate how much it's going to cost me to pick up some hydrogen batteries. Like, what are those going to set me back? So in the case of hydrogen batteries, it looks like we can purchase them. They will cost us 132 a pop. I'll probably load up on like 30 of them. I don't want to go too wild and crazy with the things that I'm purchasing, but those actually took up space. All right, I saw the meter move. And then from there, I think, what are my other missions for the moment? We have synthetic food craze. Oh, they want me to deliver 50 hydrogen batteries over here. Can I afford 50 hydrogen batteries? I mean, we might as well knock out the quest at the same time, right? Hydrogen batteries. Can I afford like a couple more of them? I can, but I'm going to be dead broke. Okay, let's do it, man. We got to risk it for the biscuit while we're early on in our domination of the galaxy. The Treaty Monument. Interesting. What meters are super filled up right now? So I have jump stress. I can relieve my DSA by playing a mini game right here. And then we also need to, like, eat and drink, I think. So we're going to have to deal with that at some point. But how do I get rid of my jump stress? It's probably something that we can just handle on the way. I'm sure I'm not making a mistake right now. Let's go out to Star Agrico Hub, and we'll go ahead and mark that for the moment. I don't know if it's going to show up on my HUD unless I leave the space station. Yeah, leave the space station real quick. We'll go ahead and undock real fast. Get ourselves out into the vacuum. And there we go. There's our target. So let's go ahead and launch for Star Agrico Hub. 517 energy reserves. We have enough coolant, so I feel like we're in decent shape for right now. Let's launch it. It looks like our temperature went down while we were actually inside the dry dock, so that's nice. We're probably not going to make it over here, though, in one jump. I'm more than likely going to have to stop off to deal with my jump stress, which is going up very, very rapidly. The good news is we can kind of like buff it off with a little nappy poo. We can just take a little rest, a little siesta. The downside is we've got this meter up at the top, which is our chances of being pirated, and holding still is a bad idea. So let's go ahead and decompress real fast. That's going to take us 3 SH, and if you noticed, we now have a solid probability of being tracked out here in space. Let's go ahead and depart, and we'll head on out. Oh, no route is planned? Okay, we'll go to Star Agrico then. Yep. Let's rock it on out. Our temperature didn't dissipate very much while we were resting. I think while we're out in the vacuum of space, we actually have to pump coolant through the lines. Using the coolant that's inside of our inventory, that's why it's noted right here on the ship details. But, like, I'm not too stressed about it for right now. This is actually kind of a longer jump than I expected. Uh-oh. I had to decompress again and something's happening. I don't know what's happening, but it doesn't look good. Oh, we're under attack by the Brotherhood of Defenders. They are out of range. Oh, they moving, bro. They out here moving. All right, let's machine gun them down. Hopefully I don't take any damage here. Shield energy is depleted. Come on. Yep, just keep killing. Hopefully it works out. Okay. I don't even have time to look at my HUD right now. We scuffed them up pretty good. Oriental Cargo, how's your ship doing? Bit of damage, nothing too serious yet. Glad to hear that. An immediate repair is suggested. We were just patrolling nearby. You're pretty safe in the high security zone, but it might take us a while to get to low security areas. Noted, officer. Thank you. We're here to serve. Crisis averted. So they were destroyed, and it looks like we actually get some salvage, too. So we got like a little bit of coolant. We've got a photon circuit board, alloy parts, and we got some XP from it. All right. I don't know if that was like scripted, like that was supposed to happen while we were cruising through the galaxy, but either way, I'm going back to decompressing. Nothing ruins a nice session of taking a nap and reading some filthy magazines like guys trying to shoot you with high-powered weapons, dude. Combat feels a little bit cheap and a little bit fast-paced and wispy. I'd like it to feel like it has a little bit more weight to it, like we're actually flying around in freighters and whatnot, but still, it was serviceable and we made it through and we're not dead right now. I have no idea how beat up my ship is. We're gonna have to investigate that once we arrive at Agrico, but hopefully it works out okay. Agrico on the horizon. Oh, this planet's nice. This place is pleasant. Okay. Like all the other planets we've been to have been like fiery hellscapes thus far where you question why anybody would live there. This is your first time here. Indeed it is. I love the little details, like there's little people standing around on the roads and stuff inside the station. And yet it has that without really any performance problems, which is good. Let's go to the commodity exchange first, and we will unload Do I have to sell those here, or do I have to sell... What's up at the service center? How come there's a red dot on the service center? Well, it's not there anymore. I think it's because they have a mission to offer, but I don't know what I'm getting into. It's just like, would you like to accept this procurement mission? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of new to this whole thing, and I'd really prefer not to get myself locked into a whole bunch of debt as a result of, like, selling on consignment or anything. I'm fairly paranoid about that outcome. And with our hydrogen batteries, let's sell all 50. All 50 is going to bring in a tidy profit of 18,000 credits. Hell yeah. I like money. Money's good. With all the circuit boards and stuff that I have, does anybody buy these? Or are these just like one of those things that I'm going to keep in my inventory for a while? Now that we've made our sale, did that complete the mission over there? It did. So a craze for synthetic food has left retailers scrambling to restock. We've got to go to Apollo to buy 600 of these like food units and then take them over to Model Station. I don't think we can buy them here, I don't think, but we do have a recreation area. Let's see what's up with the recreation area first, because I'm willing to bet that my stats probably need a little bit of time to be taken care of. Now, it looks like massage and spa will get it done. So let's go to the massage and spa. Oh, God, dude, we've got like, okay, so like what's happening here? We've got Sanjiao, Da Chang, Zhao Chang, and Peng Guang. The best time to place a cup is when the rim glows. I, don't know what I'm doing here. Cup temperature too high. So I just like burned myself. We're just like doing cupping right now. Pulled too late. Do we have to get them on the 100%? So best time to place a cup is when the rim glows. Best time to pull a cup is when the indicator hits 100%. All right, pull that guy right there. Cup temperature too low, unfortunately. Perfect. I mean, it did something. It healed our hunger, I suppose. So that's good. If we go up a little bit higher, is that going to help? Cup temperature too low. All right, well, I'm doing my best here, dude. I have never participated in cupping therapy in my life, and so I'm just feeling this out at the moment. Let's put it over there, maybe. It says cup temperature. I gotta wait till it goes past red, dude. I'm doing this too fast. Bro, I am cupping the hell out of my body right now. Feeling so good. There we go. Oh, I missed it still? Okay, old man reflex is really screwing me over here. That fixed my DSA, and so I think we're done. Like, I think we're all solid. I don't know if I need to place cups on everything, but, like, it's not letting me out, so I'm just gonna cup everything and then hope for the best. Therapy session concluded. You do have to place all the cups, although when all of your stats get down to 0, I feel like it should just automatically kick you on out. There's a certain part of me that actually really likes the little life sim elements, though. You don't just, like, click on a button and get all your stats back. Almost everything that I've done so far requires me to, like, play a mini game that you've got to figure out. It might get old after you do it for, like, 40-plus hours, but for now, I don't know. I'm entertained. Let's get a little bit more smurder. I'm going to be a tiny bit more smurder than I was before, and we need to figure out what it is we want to do while we're inside this commodity exchange. There is a place over here where, like, EVE Online style, you can talk to everybody in the station if you want to, based on your eloquence score, and I'm pretty sure you can make friends with them or, like, recruit them as crew or something, but honestly, I haven't gotten that far into the playtest just yet, but all of these people you can interact with if you want. It seems like most of the dialogue is not, like, implemented yet inside this playtest, but still, you can, like, threaten people, you can seduce people, all that kind of stuff, which I think is kind of an interesting hook, too. I like gritty, granular games that have a lot of, like, things inside of them and unnecessary systems that don't really detract from the experience. They just make it feel, like, wider and broader. I don't know. I tend to like stuff like that. And so now, having stumbled into, like, 19,000 credits in profit, I think I need to fix my ship, too. I think we took some fairly serious damage on that last, like, run. Yeah, repair fee is going to be about 1,000. But that's cool. Just repair my ship real fast. Can I afford anything new at my current net worth? I mean, it looks like I can get a better Overlord shield. Looks like it recovers faster. When I was doing that previous combat, I didn't really have time to look at the UI and figure out what my options were other than just, like, shoot guns at the thing that is shooting at you. We do need to hire another person to help us pilot the ship whenever we get tired. That way we can keep our heading while also decompressing. This guy looks really, really responsible. Like, this guy right here looks like he knows how to do my taxes and will probably keep me away from any tricky situations with the IRS. I don't know, he just has that look about him, dude. He has that look about him that when I spend all of my hard-earned, like, returns from space trading on gold foil playing cards, he's gonna like raise an eyebrow and be like, is this how you live your life? We can look at somebody else though and see what they've got going on. Like, who else looks responsible around here? This guy. This is the guy that I definitely want watching my back while I'm sleeping. This guy right here seems like a menace. What does this guy do? He's Khalid Alpha and he's from the Hexastellar King. I can be intimate with him with the gas mask on or with the gas mask off. I have important questions right now. There's another guy in here that wants me to transport industrial crops. So these little dudes can have missions on them too when you chat them up. I like that very much. That feels so much more organic than going to a job board. Like, you actually have to mill around the station like Han Solo, like listening for opportunities. It looks like we've got 65 SH in terms of how long it's going to take us to deliver that. He wants me to take it from, I think, from here to Model Station, which is nearby, and it's just $8,000 for free. I'll keep that in mind. I'm still trying to find a crew member right now. I was kind of hoping I could pick up a mechanic, but everybody has a question mark on their mechanic score right there. I'm guessing that ties into my eloquence. Like, how good am I at talking to people to figure out who they are and what they do? On top of that, if you have conflicting personality traits, some of these guys that I've talked to, I'm a nihilist, and some of these guys are like optimists, or they're like sunny side up type characters. It makes them automatically dislike me just straight off the rip. I love that. This guy has a super high militarism score, which means that he'd be a good administrator for like Secretary of Defense or something once we start building space stations, but I can't hire him. I can only bang him. This guy is hyper smart. Maybe I'll hire Vikram, dude. I'm going to take a lesson from The Office here, and I'm going to have Vikram teach me everything I need to know. Your relationship isn't strong enough, and they have rejected you. That's just hurtful. I don't like that at all. Okay, well, like this guy with his order for industrial crops, will he just load that stuff up for me? Yeah, I'll accept your order. Why not? So we've accepted the order. Let's go back, and we've got temporary reputation on that one. I need to check my cargo hold. I also need to name my ship, dude. It looks like he did load the industrial crops inside my cargo bay already, and so we pretty much just need to fly to... Oops, misclicked. We need to fly to Model Station. Okay, we can fly to Model Station. Let's go ahead and we'll break open the star map real quick. And then Model Station is down here. We needed to pick up synthetic food for that anyways. So I'm going to mark Model Station, and I haven't plotted a course. You can manually plot a course to avoid dangerous places, but we're in like a safe system right now, so like I'm not really too concerned about charting my course properly to avoid like ion storms or anything. Those seem to be like on the fringe of the sector, and so I'm not that worried about it. Oh, I can't free fly when I'm in front of a station? Okay. I was allowed to free navigate when I was in combat. Like, it actually let me fly the ship. Let's go to Model Station. Yep, it's going to be 12 SH to get over there, 5.59. We'll probably have to take a little rest break on the way over there, but that's okay. I'm fine with it, as long as we don't get attacked on the way in. I was right. We did have to take a rest break on our way over here. I definitely need to hire like a secondary pilot that can take over so that I'm not wasting my time as we fly in between here. The good news is we'll have 25,000 credits after we get done here, which should allow us to do the food pickup and drop off, which I think will be dope. I really want to take a look at like the colonial stuff. Oh, it automatically pops up. Nice. So our fleet reputation went up. Hell yeah. Cargo with higher value will attract higher level pirates. Okay, what does the service center want? They've got like a little blinky over here. Head to your planet. Yeah, I don't think that I'm capable of doing that just yet. What does CTA do? Oh, it allows me to take loans and put myself underwater. Gotcha. Fair enough. Do I get like reputation with the bank or something if I pay things back? Do I have a credit score in space? You know, I play games like this to avoid things like the dystopian reality of credit scores. I cannot tell you how much I hate the idea of credit scores in real life, dude. It's the dumbest system ever. It's like you have to be in debt in order for it to go up, which is automatically a bad thing. I was raised like neither a borrower nor a lender be, right? And so You have to be in debt in order to accumulate this stupid score that allows you to participate in any important aspect of society, like buying a car, buying a house, being rented to at certain places. And yet, if you gotta pay it on time, and if you pay it on time and you stay in debt for as long as possible, letting them make money off of you, whoop, look at that, the score goes up. But like, I don't use credit cards and I don't put myself in debt. And so despite being a responsible human being that doesn't really have debts, my credit score is like terrible because I just like refuse to participate in this bullshit system that's just like hacked onto our society, dude. It's stupid. Little disclosure for you here. One time my credit score was so low that they wouldn't sell me an iPhone. Like 10 or 15 years ago when I was in my early 20s. I forget why. I think my credit score was super low because like I had some hospital bill or something that I wasn't even aware of. Like they never contacted me to square it away. And like I got a call from a collections guy that was like, "You owe money, deadbeat." And it like wasn't even that much money. It was like $180 or something like that. And I was like, nobody ever reached out to tell me I owed you this money. I've gotten like 0 notes in the mail. I've gotten 0 phone calls. And I was like, fine, whatever, just pay it off. And when I checked my credit score afterwards, it was like, I don't know, something abysmal, like 280 or something like that. It was monstrously awful, and they wouldn't sell me like a phone. When I went to Verizon to get a new phone, I had to put it under my wife's name. We laugh because it's too painful to cry. All right, so what was it that we needed to pick up from over here? Now that, oh, my orders are all gone. Okay. Well, I guess we can just do something freeform here. What's up with a warehouse? I've never seen that anywhere. What does the warehouse do? This is a game where we can just store stuff here. I've been given free warehouse capacity. All right, we're probably gonna have to refuel after our next run, in all fairness. I will probably, let me do the recreation real fast to get all my meters refilled. I was able to hire a crew member, so that's good. I finally found someone that would stoop to the very low level of expectations that I generate. So that's nice. The game also has a card system. I don't know exactly how it works. I played with it exactly once, but I have no cards. There's a card system. Like, you can actually, like, buy cards inside of the game, and the cards will give you various, I don't know, you have like a battle of wills type deal with other characters or something. I don't know. You guys will have to play around with it if you fiddle with the playtest. But honestly, I think the game's kind of fascinating so far. It's like every time they had an idea, they were just like, whatever, put it in the game, man. I do think we're going to have to buy bio supplement packs just to keep ourselves fed. Because I think, looking at my stats right now, I only have like 2 days worth of food on the ship. That might be a bad idea. How many? So I have 9 of those on there right now, and that gives me 2 days, 25. Probably take me up to like a week. Let's buy like 30 of them. That way we just have enough of them because they get automatically consumed as our crew members get hungry. They do have a lot of the lubricant over here, and then we were supposed to be taking something from here to somewhere else, weren't we? I mean, we could take lubricating oil out to the industrial park. That's like an easy, quick run that we can play around with. I don't know, like, a spaceship trading center. I was just about to ask. I don't know where I buy a new ship at. I would like to see ships. So it looks like, oh, wow, we can upgrade to something quite a bit larger. Okay. So 100 grand gets us into a much larger ship that has way better stats. Way more storage. Is it Interstellar? It's not Interstellar. This guy over here is also not Interstellar. Which ones are Interstellar? This guy will go Interstellar with it. Okay. I like the ship designs, too. They look cool. I especially like that ship right there. That ship is sick. But that ship's not in this demo, so unfortunately we don't get to run with it. That one has like a vaguely Star Wars-y vibe to it. I'm kind of like, honestly, this game is kind of working on me right now, dude. This game is definitely, it has me interested as someone that enjoys space trucking, and it's got enough of those extra things around like space combat and the ability to have like fleets and more people that make me feel like this might be a rad purchase. Let's buy everything we can from over here. I'm going to buy 50 of these so that I have a little bit of money left over. We're purchasing at $228, which is cheaper than the benchmark price. One thing that I haven't seen inside of this game, though, is that there's no, like, stock exchange or anything. So I would expect when you go to this screen right here, it would actually have, like, a fold-out menu on this side that'll tell you all the buying and all the selling being transmitted throughout the system, so long as it's, like, civilized and settled. That would be really nice information to have, because right now I'm just mousing over things and looking at what they want versus what they need. And so, like, let's just fly over to there. Yeah, and then we'll just click it for departing real quick. Yeah, I would like to have a little bit more market data going on that I could play around with, but frankly, it's so easy to figure out who's buying and who's selling what that it hasn't really become a major concern that annoyed me to tears just yet. After this one, we'll probably want to make a run on over to a place where we can buy fuel. I'll see what the potential profits look like for right now, but this is Stellar Traders. I have been very, very happy with this game so far. As far as space simulators go, it's got enough of the things in there from a standardized EVE Online space trucking simulator to make it work on that level, and then it seems like there's going to be a whole bunch of other accompanying role-playing sort of Sims elements inside of it that also excite me. Like, I like that idea. Can we swap, assign as pilots real fast so that I don't have to rest? I'm not trying to rest for right now, although it looks like our other meters are still going up because we're doing... What is that? Oh, never mind. That's just our hunger. Our hunger will be fine. I do think they could add a mini game to this too. If there was like a twinkling star or something and you click on it, you build up a combo, and each time you build up a combo to a new level, maybe your temperature goes down by like 6% or your speed goes up by like 10% for a couple of seconds to get you there faster. This is the only part of the game that I've seen so far that kind of drags when you're just sort of waiting and watching for your ship to arrive wherever it is that you're trying to go. Looks like we made it off of one jump, so that's fine by me. Let's drop off our cargo, and I'll be keeping an eye on this one, dude. This actually seems like it's gonna scratch a particular itch for me. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were looking at Stellar Traders. Tomorrow, we'll be looking at something else. Thanks for hanging out with me. That's about all I got for you, folks, and I'll be back tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Later.